Good evening, everyone. Welcome. So, I know you've already been here for open house, and you're really anxious to kind of move your way through this meeting. It's the end of the year after all, and if you feel the way I do, you know, you can't wait for summer to begin. But thank you for coming out. And, you know, what you're looking at today is kind of something we put together for our 8th grade families who are leaving. And, you know, keep in mind that in my rush to deliver for you this evening, I did not know which kid you are. Well, for one, give thanks to all of those who served with me this year as the executive board. And announce who, and I'm excited to announce who's volunteered for next year. So while you watch that, I'd like to begin by for the torch of my own position. And it's been a pleasure to serve you for 3 years as president, but my time is done. And I'm really happy to release the position to some very capable hands. We're going to have co-presidents next year, and if you wouldn't mind standing up, ladies, Catherine Preston-Watson and Janelle Chase will be your presidents next year. Thank you. Your upper grade VP next year will be Jennifer Mitchell. Your lower grade VP will be Tara Washburn. Treasurer will continue to be Patricia Balmas Garcia. For secretary, you have Heather Tanner in the position. Thank you, Heather. Principal will still be Karen Newsty, so don't worry. Okay, K2 parent reps next year will be Kimberly Rich and Hillary Kazakoff. Parent reps 3-5 would be Jane Miles and Jody Webster. Welcome back, Jody. Parent reps 6-8, Randy Decker and Kim Jones. Thank you all for volunteering for the positions next year. And if there are anyone that you know or anyone interested to be the parent rep for our special day classes or the CPAC classes, we'd love to hear about you. We really need somebody's voice for those classes on our board. And it's just part of our inclusiveness here on campus. So. Anyway, that said, thank you all, and I'm going to turn this over to Karen to announce the departure of one of our beloved staffs.
Okay, so Shelley, you want to join me up here? So Shelley, let's give Shelley a round of applause. And Terry, you want to come up too? Terry, great. So, you know, many of you know Shelley, and some of you who are new to the school maybe don't, but she's been a county class teacher here on the Ocean Shore campus for at least 15 years, and she's retiring at the end of this year. She has truly changed the way that we work with all of our special education students, and Terry's going to talk a little bit about all the experiences over the years, you know, that we've gone through. I know that I've heard many stories of Shelley over the years at different campuses, and as we kind of morphed into the school that we are today, she's truly behind, you know, what all of our students benefit from as far as getting to know each other how much they're the same and some of their differences as well. And I would say that Shelley is very much an amazing professional and one of the most caring individuals that I've ever met. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Terry to talk a little.
Hi, I'm Terry Voorhees, and my oldest son, Robert, graduated from Ocean Shore last year, and my son, Max, will be graduating this year. And I have a short little story to tell about when Robert was in preschool. Robert has Down syndrome, and we were in special day classes, and at that point, the only opportunities we had were going out into the county. So when Robert was 5, I was over in San Mateo, and he was attending a campus over there in a special day class. And I went to a volunteer breakfast, or a volunteer award ceremony, and I kept hearing this one school receiving award after award for inclusion. And I kept hearing the names Shelley, Denny, Patty McNally, Shelley, Denny, Patty McNally, wheelchair license, Shelley, Denny, Patty McNally. And I looked to somebody, I said, who is this Shelley Denny? Who is Patty McNally? And they said, oh, that's Ocean Shore School. They have the most fabulous program. It just doesn't exist anywhere else. And I said, where is Ocean Shore? It's in Pacifica. And I live in Pacifica. So it was amazing to think that something like this was right here in my own community. And again, being in the special education environment, this just doesn't happen many places. It is very, very unique to our program, and the main reason it's here is because of Shelley Denny. So we came along, and we were fortunate enough to get into Ocean Shore, and I had Robert with me. I think within 2 weeks of being here, Shelley came by Jennifer Mitchell's classroom and saw that I had sign language posters up and said, who is that? I want her for Ability Awareness Day. So she was already recruiting, thinking about Ability Awareness Day. And I just, from that point on, I felt so fortunate to be able to work with Shelley as much as possible. So with Shelley, she has her county special day class right here in the main hallway, and her door is always open. And I just think right there, that just tells you so much about her and her program and how welcoming Shelley is to all of the students and parents. Right when the kids enter school, in the kindergarten program, they are visiting the library every week with Shelley's students and also with the upper grade classmen. In 3rd grade, the students are introduced to square dancing with Shelley's class and with Patty's class, and they're just, right from the beginning, they know that this is an inclusive environment, and they learn about how to work with everybody. Immediately, Ability Awareness kicks off every October, starts in kindergarten all the way through 8th grade. Shelley has just established this amazing program where every year the kids are introduced to new topics and different abilities. And then in 4th and 5th grade, this is something the kids really work so hard to reach this point because they finally get their wheelchair license. And if you hear about the students talk about, they go in and Shelley doesn't just, show them a wheelchair and show them how to get around. I mean, they really have to take some responsibility in this and learn about it, and not only learn about the function of the wheelchair, but learn how to communicate with Shelley's students. I mean, she's always showing them, again, that her students want to be communicated to. They can communicate with anybody, and she gives the students the tools. So she's constantly not only giving her gifts and her talents to her own students, but all of our students have benefited from Shelley. And then also, within 4th and 5th grade, they do usually learn sign language and singing, and they get to enjoy the music with the students. So again, I really want to point out what Shelley has done for our campus. It just doesn't happen. And Shelley does this all on her own time. None of this was in her job description. This was all things that she created because she knew it was the right thing to do and the right thing to do for all of our students. And I just have to keep saying that. Ability Awareness Day, I always have the 8th graders write letters to Shelley, And it's amazing how much this program has impacted them and the things that Shelley is doing. This again, it's all done out of Shelley's sheer love of all students. I personally am going to absolutely miss my wonderful friend. Her classroom has been like a magnet for me. And just for me to get through my years with Robert here, I couldn't have done it without her. So I hope that you all take the time and ask your students to reflect on their time with Shelley. They have such beautiful things to say about her, and just to say in general about people with different abilities. And then take time to stop in before she leaves to thank her. And then the biggest thing is after she leaves, she does have a replacement already, and she's already training her and getting her ready. But the new teacher is going to need everybody's support. Because again, all of these activities that Shelley was doing, it takes everybody to chip in. So little plug for DLG, please join Diversity Leadership Group and just be here to support them. And try to spend as much time with Shelley before she leaves, because she's an amazing woman. You'll be rewarded by love, compassion, and good feelings. So we will miss you very much.
I want to try to say something. It's very difficult, but I'm going to try. I have loved being here. I've loved walking in every day, seeing all of your faces, all of the kids' faces. This has been the warmest environment I can think of to grow as a teacher. And I know that you're going to, that Grace is going to be fine with you, because that's the kind of place this is. And Ocean Shore and all of the students and all the faces will be in my heart forever. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now we're on to our really one of the most special parts of tonight, which is to honor all of our graduating families. So just give us a second to get organized here, and we will get that started. So, could one of you guys get the lights? I don't think we need this on right now. And Terry, if you want to come back up and talk about graduation activities, we're going to go through graduation, presenting the class flag. Jennifer's going to talk about a very cool gift to the school from the 8th grade families, and then we'll do our goodbyes. So we'll start with Terry.
This will take a short minute. I just wanted to share with everybody our 8th grade activities that we've planned this year for graduation. So this year we are planning our skip day, which everything I would like to say has been student driven and student decided. So our skip day this year, we are taking the kids out to San Francisco, and they're going to do a scavenger hunt through Union Square. So it's a really cool activity that they're doing. where they're gonna go out to Union Square, spend the afternoon doing the scavenger hunt, and then we're all gonna meet up at Golden Gate Park afterwards for a big picnic lunch. So the kids will have a really fun time with skip day, and then Saturday, dinner dance. So we're really, really excited. It was the kids' idea. Usually, we do parties off-site, and this year Karen has supported a school-sponsored event. The kids are doing their own music, DJing, decorations, so it's going to be a real night. And then we will have our graduation ceremony on Tuesday night. We have a huge year this year. We have 55 students. So we are going to Woodside Theater due to the capacity and just the wonderful nature that they have as far as accessibility. And this year we are at the point where we're overloaded on capacity. So it is a ticket. We are giving tickets out for this year. We have grade 7th grade parents and students who are going to be helping us. And we really appreciate that. So we're always looking for help for those things too. So just wanted to share with you what the activities are this year, kind of gives you an idea of what you're leading up to. And then I would like to introduce Shanti. And Shanti has worked with the students on another tradition of Ocean Shore. So I'm going to let them do the presentation of the class flag.
The big reveal. This is the flag. And we have four fantastic flag committee kids with me. John is one of them. Also, we have Anthony and Mika and Hunter. And we have lots of meetings together. But I'm going to let Jonna talk about the process.
So this was a long process, and we had to take times to take field trips to Michael's to get a bunch of the cloth and such. And we did the design for some pages we saw in the book, All the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss, which is also our theme. And so there's a page where there were elephants marching, going in one direction, same with the balloons, and the colors are also from the book because Dr. Seuss is a very colorful person. And
Jonna's being bashful. She did the elephants, and there's a surprise in the middle.
oh yeah, the baby. there's a baby in the middle with the R on it for Jenna's little baby Ruby, and we just wanted to represent her since Jenna's one of our 8th grade teachers, and we thought it would be a cool idea to have it on the flag, just like it had a little person in the book on like every page. So yeah.
Thank you.
So every year it is traditional for the 8th grade class to leave a gift for the school. And the gifts have varied over the years, but I felt like since I was going to be here for God knows how long, and we actually have a lot of money. I mean, in our world, it's a lot of money, like corporate world, obviously not, but so I was looking for something that would be very practical and, would be a good use of our money and would be used. So I was fortunate enough to meet with Terrence Lee, who's one of our families, who is a landscape architect, and he got really excited about landscaping. So when you walk in the building, just to the right, there's a humongous patch of weeds. Well, right now it's been weeded, but generally, now it's a big patch of dirt. Generally, it's a big patch of weeds, really waist high. And it just didn't feel like a great first impression. Didn't feel very welcoming. And then on the other side of the library, there are all the rocks where the kids sit after school. And they kind of look,
crayfish. And so it seemed like we were interested in doing something, landscaping it in some way. And we have some money. We don't have enough to make it probably fulfill this vision. But Terrence put together this vision. He wants to call it the Ocean Shore Beach. And it's gonna have, so if you look at like these sort of curved benches, the curved seating, and this one with the slats. So he's going to make it out of ipe wood, and it's going to be, you'll see on this blue slat. Is the next one okay? So what he's going to do is design the benches so that they're multi-level, so it's multi-leveled seating, and there it is. So you'll see these shaded areas are going to be multi-level seating, and they're all kind of curved like a wave. And so and then there's going to be some landscaping, some plantings in there as well, but we're kind of trying to, figure that out. Also, you all have probably noticed on your way in that there are 2 sets of bricks that look like a tomb or two. And I felt that perhaps that could be improved upon, and Terrence agreed. But I'm not good with vision like that. Like I can do the hallway for Ocean Suite, but he was fabulous. So he came up with the idea of, so you'll see the kind of slanted, shaded part right up there, yeah, is going to be the brick pavers. And so there will be the pavers that we already have, and there will be new pavers. And so we are going to start that up again to have people be able to buy a paver and leave a message for your student, or for whoever, for the school, for your student. So we'll be able to fill those in, and it'll kind of expand and include more people down the line. So if you are, I don't know that we're going to be able to get this all done right away. We're working in pieces, but I wanted to present it to you, and if anyone is interested in helping get on board, we are always looking for help. It's Ocean Shore. But anyway, I am really excited about it. Karen was really excited about it, and I hope you all are really excited about it.
So now we've come to that point every year where we say adieu to our graduating families. So we'll begin calling them up. For those of them that are in attendance tonight, we call them up and relieve them of their obligation early in the evening so that they can go enjoy the rest of their evening while we conduct our standard business. Karen will be reading off the names because she is better at the pronunciation than I, and I'll be the flower child. Oh, and we have one additional thing this year that we're offering. We're actually going to give you back your child's art portfolios. So anyway, that'd be great. So, if you're an 8th grade family that has had a graduating sibling already and you haven't received your art, we have them here as well. So, yeah. So if we have graduation portfolios, period. All right.
Okay, so first off, let me just very quickly say that we want to recognize that, as was mentioned, there are very many families in this 8th grade class, and very many of them are actually at other graduations tonight and doing lots of things. Terry very nicely put out the word asking for people to RSVP. So we're aware that many families won't actually be able to come up, but we're going to still go through the whole name list. And okay. Well, our first one is in here. That's too bad. Okay, so we're going to go through it anyway and talk about, and just, I'll mention the years of service. So the first one is the Atchison Lagios family. They are not here. So the second is AFOA. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Atchison Lagios is 9 years of service. The AFOA family joined us just this year for 1 year of service for Goldie. The Albert family, did you make it? No, okay. For Katie, that's 4 years. The Almonte family, 10 years. The Chavez family for Anna, that's 5 years. Crescia de la Torre for Lucia, it's 15 years. The Cruz Lopez family, Rowan, for 2 years. The Dow Pick family for Gabriel, 9 years. The Evans family for Cole, 9 years. The George family for Michael, 9 years. The Gill family for Angel, 3 years. Thank you for coming. The Habermill family for Zane, 13 years. The Jimenez family for Jojo, 3 years. The Johansson family for Cassidy, 8 years. The Kinsey family for Indigo, 13 years. The Listman family for Sevilla, 15 years. The Lono family for Jason. The Lopez family for Marco, 8 years. The Lugones family for Dominic, 9 years. The Lysaker family for Ariana, where? The Marilyn family for Luca, 11 years. Musqueda Clark, sorry about that, for Layla, 8 years. The Nilsson family for TJ, 9 years. The Ontiveros family for Demetrius, 7 years. The Phipps family for Mara, 3 years. The Reyes family for Zachary, 8 years. The Rimmer family for Catherine, 11 years. family for Marcus, 3 years. The Rodriguez Salvador family for Lander, 9 years. The Romero family for Alex, 9 years. The Saini family for Numi, 3 years. The Selma family for Canaan, 3 years. Okay, the Simonson family for Jessica, 13 years. The Stanley family for Catherine,
See, I got a
9
folder.
years. The Foodie family for Heather, 11 years. And the Voorhees family for Max.
All right.
Everybody at least on the class. So I just have to call out 2 of our families who were the Ella Flynn recipients recently for their volunteer service to our school, who have served, sometimes 40 plus hours a week, week over week over week. And it's their whole families that help make this happen. So, I just want to say a special thank you to Chris Romero over here for all his work with technology, keeping the school running. He's very much a behind-the-scenes guy, very low profile, but he absolutely is essential to the school, and I'm not sure how we're going to function without him. So,
Find someone.
And he teaches people a lot of things. He taught Catherine how to build a computer. And of course to Terry, who has been in every position imaginable at our school. And has done for all her years of service here as well. So thank you again. I can't imagine you not being around every morning to help with everything. And so with that,
Serve spot is waiting. One last round of applause, please, for the 2013-14 graduate report.
Oh, thank you.
PTO.